On a deserted highway just outside the town of Ramnagar, there is a stretch of road people avoid after sunset. Locals call it Mile 27. No street lights, no houses, just endless trees on both sides, and a silence so deep it feels like the road itself is holding its breath. Rohit had heard the rumors, but like most people, he didn't believe them. It was close to 11:45 p.m. when he decided to drive back home after attending a late work meeting in the neighboring city. His phone battery was low, the radio kept losing signal, and fog had begun crawling across the road like a living thing. That's when he saw her. She stood on the side of the road, perfectly still, a woman dressed entirely in white. Her long hair covered most of her face, and her feet were bare. No bag, no phone, no signs of panic, just quiet waiting. As Rohat's car headlights passed over her, she slowly raised her hand, asking for a lift. Rohat's first instinct was to drive past her. Every warning he had ever heard echoed in his head. Never stop on Mile 27. Never talk to the woman in white. Never let her into your car. But then guilt crept in. What if she's genuinely stranded? What kind of person leaves a woman alone on a highway at night? His foot pressed the brake. The car rolled to a stop a few meters ahead of her. His heart thumped as he rolled down the window just a little. "Do you need help?" he asked. She lifted her head. Her face was pale, unnaturally pale, and her eyes were dark, empty, and deep, like two holes drilled into shadow. When she spoke, her voice was soft, almost emotionless. "I need a lift," she said. "My home is very close." Against his better judgment, Rohit unlocked the door. She got in without a word. The moment she sat down, the temperature inside the car dropped sharply. Rohat's breath turned visible, even though the AC was off. A strange smell filled the car, like damp soil mixed with old flowers. "Where do you live?" he asked, trying to sound calm. "Just keep driving," she replied. "I will tell you when to stop." As the car moved forward, Rohit noticed something odd. Her reflection did not appear in the side mirror. He told himself it was the angle, the fog, his imagination. But then she spoke again. "You shouldn't have stopped." His grip tightened on the steering wheel. "What do you mean?" he asked. She turned slowly toward him. This time, her hair shifted just enough for him to see deep scratch marks running across her neck. "I died on this road," she whispered. The car engine sputtered. Rohit slammed the brakes. The road behind them was gone. No highway, no trees, just darkness. Panic exploded inside him. He tried opening the door locked. He tried starting the car dead. His phone screen lit up briefly before cracking down the middle. She smiled. It wasn't a human smile. "They promised me a lift," she said. But no one stopped that night. Her face began to change. Skin stretched thin. Eyes sank deeper. Her mouth opened wider than possible, teeth appearing one by one, blackened and broken. Rohit screamed, "I didn't know. Please, I'll take you wherever you want." She leaned closer. "I want to go home." Her finger pointed forward. Suddenly, the road returned. Fog, trees, silence. The engine roared back to life. Rohit didn't think he drove faster than he ever had. When the speedometer crossed 120 kilometers per hour, she finally said, "Stop." He slammed the brakes. They were standing near an old banyan tree, its trunk wrapped in faded red threads and broken bangles at its roots. The air smelled like death. "This is my home," she said. Before he could respond, she opened the door. But instead of stepping out, she vanished. The passenger seat was empty. The cold lifted. The smell faded. Shaking, Rohit drove straight home without stopping. The next morning, he told himself it was stress, hallucination, fear, until he saw the news. Local man dies in accident on mile 27 after picking up unknown woman. The photo showed a wrecked car, and inside it a man sitting in the driver's seat, frozen in terror, eyes wide open. The time of death, 11:47 p.m. The same time Rohit had stopped. Rohit checked his car. On the passenger seat, pressed deep into the fabric, were muddy footprints, bare, facing inward. And from that night on, whenever Rohit drives alone after midnight, he hears a soft voice from the empty seat beside him. "Can you give me a lift?" It was a cold, rainy night, the kind that makes the road slick and treacherous. I was driving home late, the only car 4 miles, when I saw her, a young woman, soaked to the bone, standing on the side of the road. Some out. I know. You're not supposed to pick up hitchhikers, but something about her sad, pleading eyes made me pull over. She got in, thanking me quietly, and gave me an address just a few miles up. We didn't talk much. When we arrived, she pointed to a small, dark house. "That's it," she whispered, and then she was gone. Just vanished from the seat. The next day, curiosity got the better of me. I went back. An old woman answered the door. When I described the girl, she started to cry. "That was my daughter," she said. "She died in a car crash on that very road 10 years ago today." Desperate, Rohit returned to Ramnagar, this time during daylight. He went to the oldest place he could think of, the railway guest house, where retired workers gathered to play cards and talk about the past. When Rohit mentioned mile 27, the room went silent. An old man with trembling hands spoke. "She asks for a lift because she never reached home." He told Rohit the truth. 20 years ago, a woman named Ananya was walking home after her night shift at a textile factory. It was raining. No buses, no phones back then. A car stopped. The driver offered her a lift. She never reached home. Her body was found days later near the banyan tree. The driver was never caught. They say, the old man whispered, her soul was split that night. One part died on the road. The other is still trying to get home. Rahot's blood ran cold. "But I dropped her," he said, "at the tree." The old man shook his head slowly. "No one ever drops her. She only changes drivers." That rainy night, Rohit gave a lift to a girl standing by the roadside. Her name was Anjali. She was drenched, shivering, and looked lost. He dropped her off at a secluded house near mile 27 on the old highway, and she thanked him with a quiet smile, promising to return the jacket he'd lent her. The next day, curiosity got the better of him. He drove back to the house to check on her, maybe get his jacket back. An old woman answered the door. When Rohit described the girl, the woman's face turned pale. She explained that her daughter Anjali had died in a car accident at mile 27 exactly 1 year ago today. Rohat's blood ran cold. He sped away, his mind racing. Was it a prank? A case of mistaken identity? His vision blurred. The walls of his room seemed to stretch and twist, and a high-pitched ringing filled his ears. The world spun into darkness. The next thing he knew, he was sitting behind the wheel of his car. The engine was humming. A thick, eerie fog blanketed the road, swallowing the headlights. And the passenger door was wide open. She was standing there, framed by the swirling mist, wearing his jacket. A slow, knowing smile spread across her face. "Thank you for coming back," she whispered, her voice a chilling echo in the silent night. Rohit didn't say a word this time. He just drove. But the road felt longer. The trees on either side seemed to lean in, their branches like skeletal fingers, watching him pass. Every road sign he saw was rusted over, the words completely unreadable, lost to time and decay. The silence in the car was heavy, thick with unspoken questions. Finally, she turned to him, her ethereal form shimmering in the dim light of the dashboard. "Do you know why I chose you, Rohit?" she asked, her voice a soft echo. Rohit could only manage to shake his head, his throat tight. "Because you looked back," she said. "Everyone else, they just drive away as fast as they can." Her hand, translucent and pale, moved slowly toward the dashboard. He watched, mesmerized and horrified, as her fingers passed straight through the solid plastic, as if it were smoke. "This road," she whispered, her voice dropping to a chilling, conspiratorial tone. "It feeds on guilt. And you, Rohit, you have plenty." Just as she finished speaking, the speedometer needle went wild. It spun uncontrollably, a blur of numbers and lines. Rohat's heart hammered against his ribs. He glanced at the clock. 11:47 p.m. Again. How was that possible? In the next instant, the road in front of them vanished into nothingness. He slammed on the brakes, the tires screeching, and found himself back where it all started, at the ancient banyan tree. But this time something was horrifyingly different. All around the tree there were cars. Hundreds of them, wrecked, burned out husks, twisted into grotesque sculptures of metal, and inside each and every one, a driver. Frozen in their seat, their eyes wide with a silent, unending scream, just sitting there, waiting. And Rohit realized he was just the newest addition to their collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more chilling tales. See you in the next one. "You can leave," she said softly, "but only if someone else stops for me." Rohit understood. The lift was never about helping her. It was about replacing her. Headlights appeared in the distance. Another car. Another lonely driver. Rohit felt her hand on his shoulder, cold, heavy, permanent. "Please," she whispered, "I just want to go home." The car slowed. Rohit screamed, "No, don't stop." But the headlights stopped anyway. A man stepped out. "Is everything okay?" he asked. The woman in white opened the door and stepped out. For the first time, she looked peaceful. As she walked toward the new driver, Rohit felt something lift from his chest. The road returned. The fog cleared. He was alone. Asterisk, asterisk, the ending that never ends, asterisk, asterisk. Rohit survived. He moved to another city, changed his number, sold his car. But sometimes, at night, when traffic is quiet, he hears footsteps behind him, and a soft voice asks, "Can you give me a lift? Because once you stop on mile 27, you'll never truly leave it." The road that must be fed. Rohit believed it was over. Months passed. No whispers. No footprints, no smell of damp soil. He convinced himself mile 27 had released him, until the night the road came to him. It started with a dream. Rohit stood on an empty highway under a moonless sky. The road was wet, shining like black glass. In the distance, a single oil lamp burned beneath the banyan tree. A woman's voice echoed, not gentle this time, but ancient. You escaped the passenger, but not the promise. Rohit woke up screaming. His bedroom wall was cracked, and through the crack, tar-black liquid slowly dripped onto the floor. The origin of the woman in white. Rohit returned to Ramnagar one last time. He went to records, old police files, temple logs, newspaper clippings from before electricity reached the area. What he found made his hands shake. Before mile 27 was a road. It was a cremation path. The banyan tree stood at the center of an ancient ritual ground where bodies were carried at night. Travelers believed souls often lost their way there. To protect the village, a ritual was performed. A woman was chosen, a pure traveler, someone walking alone between destinations. She was dressed in white, given a promise of a ride home, and buried alive beneath the banyan tree. Her soul was bound to the path, not to haunt, but to stop something worse from crossing over. Her name was never recorded, only her role. Rohit finally understood. She doesn't ask for a lift because she is lost. She asks because movement keeps her bound. As long as someone is driving her, she cannot leave the road. If she ever reaches home, the thing trapped beneath mile 27 would be free. That is why she never lets anyone complete the journey. She replaces them again and again and again. In an old temple journal, Rohit found a single warning written in red ash. When the passenger walks, the road must be fed. One driver for one night. If no one stops, she will. Rohit dropped the book. He remembered the final moment. She didn't choose him. The road did. Years later, a new highway bypass was built. Mile 27 was sealed off, blocked, abandoned. No traffic, no drivers, no lifts. On the first Amavasya night after the closure, villagers heard a sound they had never heard before. Footsteps, not on the road but inside the village. A woman in white was seen walking between houses, asking softly, "Can you take me home?" Doors were locked, lights went off. No one answered. By morning, 3 houses were empty. No signs of struggle, just muddy footprints leading toward the old road. Rohit was watching the news when the reporter said, "Authorities are investigating unexplained disappearances near the old highway." The camera cut to footage, fog, trees, and a familiar banyan tree. Standing alone, a white figure stood beneath it, looking straight into the camera, smiling. Rohit felt his phone vibrate. Unknown caller. A message appeared. *** location. Mile 27 ** text. I am tired of walking. Will you give me a lift? Outside Rohat's apartment, a car door opened. * click. ** final line. ** They say if you ever see a woman in white asking for a lift, stop. Don't look back, and never ask where she lives, because the road is always hungry. And ** tonight, it might choose you.